I'm Arthur Moats, and I'm here to tell you about my new book, The Moats Theory of Life. If you haven't picked up a copy yet, I strongly encourage you to. This book not only is a fun read, but it's a guide to helping you become a person of impact and inspiration. If you are ready to take the next step to improving not only your life, but those around you as well, go get a copy of The Moats Theory of Life, and it's available at moatstheory.com. What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's up, bro?
Man, another day.
The glasses. They're always crooked.
Oh, it's too late, man. They already seen it now, man.
I know, but they've crooked.
They've seen it now, bro.
My glasses are crooked. I still haven't got them fixed. So. It's just for the brand, dude. I can't be making us look like
brand.
that.
You threw them off mid-intro. You can't even edit that out.
I'm not. No, it's cool. I do want to be transparent about it.
That's what it is?
Yeah, I just want to be straight up. My glasses are a little crooked. I don't want to have them on right now. So, yeah, that's it.
Deke worried about his image, man.
Well, no, here's the thing. For you, because I have done videos on YouTube on my 2K shit and that type of stuff. I have a little video of me, and I have my glasses on so I can see the TV, and they're crooked all over the place. So that's for me. But
TV, yeah, all right.
But this is, this is like encompassing your brand. I don't want to be messing like us up or you up. You know what I mean? That's what it is, man. I don't want us to be looking bad.
Well, I appreciate that from an optic standpoint.
Although
man.
It's funny looking back on probably some of my fits that it really doesn't add up. I don't think people really care if my glasses are crooked.
You overthinking it, man. You just gotta roll with it, bro. Live your life.
I don't think I'm overthinking this one. I just think I'm trying to come up with some funny excuse. I'm not the biggest fan of my glasses.
It's all good.
Being straight up, I don't like myself with them.
You should put like little tape on the sides of them so that way they don't get crooked.
No. I just got to take them to the eye shop. That's all.
No, bro, just put tape on them, man. I've seen it. It works.
No,
just
I'm
tape.
good.
I got tape for you upstairs too, man.
I did it before. I got 3 pair of glasses. 2 of them are like legitimately broke. Like one of the sides is completely off. And I did that. I did that for a stretch because I didn't know where those were. I finally found those and was like, are these still good? And like, Jesus. All right, they're straight enough. So yeah, so I've been rocking those for the past couple of weeks.
I'm not gonna lie, Deke. Knowing you the way I know you, none of that surprises me. You talk about your glasses being jacked up, you losing the glasses. Just pick up the glasses like, yo, these go good. All right, bump, I'm gonna put these back on. That's you.
I know. I just got to get them fixed. That's all. I just got to get them fixed.
Now the question is, are you going to get them fixed?
Yeah, I will.
You sure?
Yeah, I am.
Eventually.
In the near future here. Hopefully before the end of August.
Okay, all right.
That's my plan.
Oh, you got time. Yeah, it's only the 13th. We got plenty of time.
I mean, I play golf. I use them for golf, driving, watching TV. Outside of that, you know.
Okay, all right.
So we'll see, man. Yeah,
I can dig it, man.
Hopefully in the near future.
I hope everything works out. As long as they work, that's all that matters, man.
They do work.
I don't want you to feel like you can't be you because your glasses are a little off center.
No, that was a me thing. That's a me thing. Okay. I was just trying to, like I said, I was trying to make a funny excuse.
I like you, man.
Put it on someone else, but there's something else. Nah, it's a me thing.
I like it. So, man, let's see, man. We had big news happened, recently, a day ago.
Yeah.
In the college football spectrum, man, Big Ten and the Pac-12 both saying that they're not going to have any fall sports. They're planning on, they're looking into finding ways to do a spring type season. I know they've talked with the NFL, and NFL has said that they will be open to moving around some of their off-season activities from the draft, combine, and things on that nature to accommodate a spring schedule. But yeah, man, I think it's crazy if it works out. That's what I'm thinking.
Wait, so what of them doing a spring?
Yeah,
it'd just be those 2 conferences though, as of now, because all the other ones, ACC, Big 12, and SEC, they're planning on going.
Yeah, they're planning on it. Mm-hmm.
So, I guess my question is, what do you think of them going to the spring then, if they were to do that, or just even them canceling in general compared to the other conferences?
I think that they're just taking the more safer approach. The thing is with this whole situation, I mean, from the start of it, you've had some people that didn't take it serious. You had some people that did take it serious. Then you had some people that were kind of in the middle, right? I think this is just a microcosm of that. You got the Pac-12, the Big Ten, who are like, you know what? We don't feel like we can do this properly. We've talked to our medical experts. They don't think that it's a good idea, so we're going to postpone it until the spring. That's more the safe approach. Then you got the SEC, the ACC, and the Big 12, and they're like, man, there's a lot of money involved here. Still a lot of uncertainties, but you know what? We're going to play. We feeling confident, and we're feeling confident that we can get this thing done. Now, which side is right? I don't know. I don't really think that there's a right or wrong. I think it's just more so people being a little more cautious than the others who are kind of like, you know what, I don't want to be that cautious right now. But the biggest driving factor when you talk about the conferences that are still going to go forward, the money element of it. We talked about, I mean, even with the NFL and the major sports, how the money has been the driving force through it all. Economy, how that helps them out and things like that, and the amount of jobs that it helps out and stuff like that. So that's a huge element of that. You know, I think if we kept it as the quote unquote amateur, you know, since college sports supposed to be amateur and all that stuff, if it was just that, no money involved, it wouldn't even be a debate, honestly. In my opinion, I think everybody would just say, you know, we're going to do it in the spring. It's really no big deal about it. But when you're talking about the money that's associated with it, I mean, the NCAA is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's a lot of money. The only thing that's amateur about it are the athletes. Other than that, it's a legit business. And I think a lot of that plays into some of those decisions to keep going and things like that. But I don't think either side is right or wrong. I just think it's just a difference of how they are viewing it right now. I will say this. I think if they did do a spring schedule, it's still going to have a lot more hurdles to go through just because of the amount of time that, I mean, from an NFL standpoint, right, the kids that are going to be playing in the NFL, if your season starts in January, February, and you're done by April, it's not a lot of time before your NFL season starts, which will be in September, because the NFL isn't planning on moving that. They're talking about, okay, we can move the draft back. I think they say they move the draft back to like June at the latest. So you imagine you getting drafted in June, reporting for rookie minicamp, OTAs and everything in June. A month later, you report for training camp at the end of July. That's not a lot of time when you're talking about from a season ending, getting your body prepared, and then going into the NFL, which we know every rookie talks about that rookie wall because of how long the NFL season is and how you feel like that senior year or that last year of college football to your rookie year is like one of the longest years because you never get a break. And that's with the traditional college football season ending in January if you're playing for a BCS championship. So you think from January, you got all the way till May, June, July timeframe. Now you're condensing that drastically by doing a spring schedule. So that's the only concern I have. And then not even mentioning the players that aren't planning on going to the NFL, the underclassmen that have to come back next year. You're getting done with the season, like I said, in April. And then you're turning right back around come August, September, and it's time to go again. That's not enough time for your body to really just recover from the rigors of a season. And not even talking about the guys that have to have surgeries and stuff like that either. So that's my only concern with the spring stuff.
Now, my question is, I know we were talking about, you mentioned the whole business side of it. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, yeah, there is money involved. There's jobs involved. And I think even for the players, there's, you know, draft stock, there's draft potential and just NFL prospects involved too. But even outside of those type of players, you know, you might have still 85 to 90% of the players that still want to go, like, aside from the business. So, like, that's one of the things I'm curious about too. I know you brought up, like, if it was just strictly amateur, there was no money involved, would they still want to be doing it? I don't know. They still might be, because there's probably like 85 to 90% of the players that still want to play.
Well, see, I think that's a stretch. I think you say that 85, 90% of the players that want to play because you see the star players tweet out that they want to play. It's not a proper representation.
There was an interview I heard. The reason, because I would have said, like, without even looking into it at all, I would have said like 95 to 97%. But there was, I don't know what the sample size was. But they
and
said,
that's the problem. Yeah.
And he said around 85 to 90%. And then there was a 5% group that said, I just still need more information. And there was another like 5 to 6% that was like, you know what, I'm not going to play.
And this is the issue when we're talking about the representation at the NFL level. You have a union. You have a union that represents the full body of every single athlete, right? There is no, do they all think this or do just the star players think this? At the collegiate level, because there is no union, there is no proper representation of every single athlete's voice there. And when we talk about what we see from a public standpoint, the only people that make the headlines are the big name players that say they want to play. So after that, you really not getting the representation of if it's 116. It's anywhere between 116 to 120 D1 schools for football. And then you look at the amount of players on each one of those teams, just for whole numbers, you could say 70 players on each team. It's probably going to be a lot more than that by 10 to 20. You do the math on that. You mean to tell me that they got all of those guys polled? They asked every single one of them? It's not realistic. They did not do that.
Even if it comes down to like between 70 or 80, though, the rosters are so big. It's just like if you want to play, you do your, I don't know what the whole process would be about signing a waiver or whatnot. But if the kids want to play, and I don't know, there's all the stats out there. I'm not trying to be an expert on this, but like that age range is like at minimal risk. Like it's really not risky. It's like a 0.04% of like anyone under 70 are like dying from this.
So you say they don't have the issue, but I mean they don't have the high risk, which we already agreed upon. But the other thing is they don't know the long-term effects of it either. Very similar to like when CTE started happening, right? When you're playing, you get a concussion, no one thought it was that serious. Then you look down the line, it's like, oh no, this is serious. And then we saw how the protocols and everything shifted, and then the lawsuits that came from that as well. So right now it's easy to sit here and say there is no ramifications for these kids playing. But until you know more, how do you just go off and make that statement? Because how would you feel if today you're sitting here saying that 10 years from now we start seeing a span of every athlete that did play that was quote unquote low risk having heart problems from it, having other things from it that continue to linger on? I mean, we saw how people reacted to CTE when that finally came out. It was, oh my God, how could the NFL have allowed this? Why didn't they take more precautions early on? All this outrage, and then, like I said, the lawsuits that came along with it. It could be a similar situation. That's the only problem with that,
I just don't get how any of it adds up, though, because if these conferences aren't going to be playing, there's reports out there that still there's going to be kids reporting to campus. There's still kids on these sports teams that are, if they're postponed to the spring, they're still going to be training with a bunch of people in gym facilities and all this type of stuff. So I just don't get what the difference. I don't know how playing football is any more risky than just going about your day-to-day life and contracting the coronavirus.
Well, because in your day-to-day life, they tell you wear a mask and social distance. When you playing a sport, which is football,
if there's testing and all these safety protocols in place where they're going to be almost over-analyzing it and trying to make sure everyone's really, really safe. It seems like it's actually more safe to be playing football. I know some of these coaches have come out and said that. I don't want to just completely take them for their word, but at the same time, I don't see what the correlation is between playing football and coronavirus versus just going about your day-to-day life. Okay. Meeting with people in the bar, meeting with friends, doing, whatever. Yeah, so my caveat to that, or my rebuttal to that would be this. Number one, you talk about how it's safer at some of these universities because the testing, the medical facilities. Yeah, your top programs, absolutely. You can go down and talk about your Clemsons. You can talk about your Alabamas. Well, that's what we have left, though, in terms of these conferences.
Not necessarily. It's still lowerly funded schools from a football standpoint in the SEC, the same with the ACC, the same with the Big 12. Don't act as if Iowa State makes the same amount of money as the Alabamas and the Clemsons of the world. Their facilities look drastically different for a reason. So it's easy to sit here and say that, oh yeah, it's safer to be on campus and playing football because you're going to get the testing. Yeah, at that school, but not at these other schools. That's the issue. So you're going to have, maybe 10 to 15 schools that can do that, right? They can make sure that, oh man, everything is safe. We got the kids in the best situation. We can isolate them, do a pseudo bubble situation for them, because you have to also remember that just because the athletes are getting tested, if they're on campus, do you really expect that 18, 19, 20-year-old to not go with his friends who aren't being tested every day, to not be around his friends who could be going to other campuses to party all the time?
This is my point. I don't see what we're doing here at all.
What do you mean though?
If kids are coming back on campus anyway, like I just don't get the correlation between college football.
Because the difference is this: when you're playing football, you're not social distancing, man. You're breathing on people, you're laying on people, you're in each other's personal space, you bleed on each other. When you're just walking around, when you go to a bar,
if no one has it,
how are you going to say if no one has it though? Because the kids, when they come back on campus, who are they around? They're not just around athletes. They're around other students.
You test them or you do whatever beforehand. That's kind of what they're talking about with these safety protocols, right?
Sure.
Wait, I mean, you don't think they're going to be doing that?
Like I said, at certain schools, yes, because they have the resources for that. But you are living in this like fantasy where you think every school has an Alabama budget. They don't. It's a lot of schools that you think Robert Morris and Duquesne have the same budget of an Alabama.
If Alabama I don't even know if Robert Morris's conference. We're just talking about the Big Five. But anyway, in the Big Five, then some of those elite programs are going to be reliant on some of the smaller ones. So you don't think there's going to be some type of sharing involved there of resources?
I think you're wishful thinking with that, man.
But
if that's the case, why haven't they been doing that beforehand?
Well, we're at a different point right now. But like, dude, if Texas, Alabama, these schools are reliant on the testing protocols for Iowa State or some of the smaller programs that you talk about, then I'm sure there's going to be some way that let's come together and get this thing going.
Well, I hope you're right, but we've seen just from a national standpoint, all this coming together stuff, it sounds good on paper until you get people to say, well, nah, if we good over here, why should I worry about you? Isn't that going back to the whole mask concept anyways? I'm low risk. I'm good. It don't bother me. I don't need that. I'm good. I'm going to take care of me. You worry about you. What's the difference?
No, both are aligned in terms of, all right, we want to play football. Iowa State, I think, aren't they the school that's going to be playing? Are they in the Big 12?
Yeah, Big 12, yeah.
When did they get in the Big 12?
They've been in there for a while, man. Yeah, but like I said, they're not a big it's not a big program. What do you think about Kansas? Kansas is another one.
I know about Kansas being in the Big 12. Iowa State, though, man. When did they get in there? It was probably when Nebraska left.
It might have been when Nebraska left, when Missouri joined the SEC, A&M, and all them. So, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's funny because the whole report is out there that Iowa, I think the governor's saying, like, yo, I'm wanting you guys to play. And Iowa can't now because of the whole Big Ten thing. And then Iowa State. What do you think about, now this is an interesting thing, should Big Ten or Pac-12 players be allowed to transfer immediately?
Well, I know
I think they should, dude.
I don't think it's an issue. At the FCS level, players have been transferring. I think the biggest thing is this, though.
Like in play this season, like if Justin Fields wanted to transfer to Pitt, hey, man, come to Pitt, dude.
Yeah, but I think that you have to just be a little concerned that you transfer because you think that school is going to be playing, and then say in a couple of weeks they decide they're not going to play. Now when it starts back up, now you're stuck.
You might have to time it. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, it sounds good in theory that, I'm going to transfer because we said, like I've said JMU because they finally said that they're going to do a spring season. A lot of the top players have been transferring. A lot of them going ACC schools. So you're like, all right, as long as the ACC is playing, it's a great move. It makes sense. You get your opportunity, things like that. But if they postpone that season and now you got to wait till the spring, now your situation can be drastically different because you're leaving from, some of these powerhouse programs and transferring to a school that was just available at the time of crisis. So that's the only thing I would be a little bit concerned about in that regard. But honestly, for me, man, if you're a first round pick anyways going into this season, why are you even risking it? You're seeing multiple players have already said they're not even going to play this year.
Fields and Lawrence want to play the two top guys. So I'm telling you, Fields, listen, we got Pitt. I know Pickett's our quarterback right now, but if you were to transfer,
Kenny Pickett just got added to the Johnny United's Golden Arm watch list.
Dude, listen, come to Pitt. You can have a showdown against Lawrence in the regular season here. I know you guys are both going to be top picks, but that could be a fun thing for you guys just to have one more final showdown in college before you guys go off to the pros. And Pitt could use it, man. It's a good sports town. We're going to be rooting for you. It's going to you have a chance to actually re-energize and reinvigorate the Pitt program, man. Like where else do you have a chance to do that? Wow. Some of these other schools, they're already there. You're not going to really make a difference there. In Pitt, you could be a hero. You could be the next Danny Marino here. You come in here, go undefeated, win a national championship. Fields, think about transferring.
It's not
going
to be a national championship. I'm throwing it out there. If two of the Power 5 conferences are not playing, it's not a national championship, bro. I'm throwing it out there right now. You call it what you want to call it. Not happening, bro.
I'm still good with it, dude. Because those are cool, man. See, here's the problem. The Big Ten, you got Ohio State.
Yeah.
Penn State's been pretty legit these past couple years.
Pac-12, you got Oregon.
Dude,
what? No, don't play.
Down. Pac-12's just down all around, though.
Okay.
I'd say Ohio.
You got two legit contenders.
You definitely are missing out on Ohio State, Penn State, and Michigan's. They're up and down too recently, but they're always gonna be in the top 25.
Like I said, you got legit teams that aren't playing in there, bro. I'm not.
Nebraska going rogue.
Well, the thing that's funny with Nebraska, though, they're trying to go back to the comps that they left high and
Big
dry.
12.
I'm like, how does that work? That's like your ex who left you for this other dude around the motorcycle because he was cute. He leave her, now she coming back like, hey, baby.
Is it Notre Dame playing? What are they doing? Are they in the ACC
they're
now?
ACC. I think they're officially ACC now, yeah.
That makes sense. But yeah.
But they still have the independent TV contract with NBC, though.
Yeah. I think honestly, I think if any school wants to play, they're going to find a way somehow.
I mean, it's nothing against it. I just think it's going to look, I mean, it's just going to be a crazy scenario.
You're definitely burning a bridge with the Big Ten there.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
There's no shot you're probably going back.
And if you're the Big 12, I don't think you want Nebraska back because of how they left you high and dry. Along with the fact of this, if you bring them back this year, you still got to split the TV revenues with them also.
And Nebraska,
and there's no guarantee they're going to stay the next year.
Nebraska hasn't been the greatest school, but they do have a big brand for sure.
Oh, yeah,
they have one of those, like, I don't know, top 15 like college football brands.
Absolutely,
like,
man.
They're in their own little space and town of their own.
Mm-hmm.
So if they want to play, man, let them play. That's what I say.
Yeah, every team that does want to play, I think they will figure out a way to do
they
it,
shouldn't
man.
be held to the conference that's making the decision. It's like if your team wants to play, figure it out on your own. Try to make some moves with other conferences or whatever. Go independent.
So this is my question to you though, right? You spend all the money to join a conference, right? And as the conference as a whole, everything is set up so everybody is getting revenue from the TV deals and all these other things, etc. Now, in the face of adversity, you're saying to cut ties with them and just do what you want to do. Didn't you just say?
Football,
but I thought it was we're all in this together though. If we're a conference, right, and we've abided
that's what
by
I mean.
each other.
They don't. The team in the conference or teams and maybe other teams in the conference don't see eye to eye.
But you joined
I want to play football.
This is the thing. You joined the conference to say that, hey, we're going to do this together. So if the majority vote says, so what's the point of having a majority then? What's the point of voting on it and having a majority?
I'm not sure, man. I'm really not sure.
If that's the case, why do we even do elections? If, all right, they won the election, but, we like him, so we're going to let him be our president instead. Like, that's what you're saying, man. Like, nah, we're a conference. We're in this together. This is the system. This is the setup. We do it like this for a reason. We've all decided that, hey, this is what we're not going to do this year. So how are you just going to say, all right, I'm taking my ball and going home because y'all ain't go my way?
Nah, college football is different, man, because they have the opportunity to play football here, and they want to play football this season. So,
but not every conference has said that. The conference that they're in said as a whole, we're not playing.
But college football it's a weird thing, just how everything's set. You've had independence for how long,
Yeah, but it's a different. If you're independent, be independent. If you're part of a conference, well, the conference said this. You're part of the conference.
Well, they got the right to leave. Now, how much that affects
you're right.
them,
now, you can't leave. Yeah.
Now, how much that affects them in 5-10 years in relationships with their next conference if they don't like how things are going there? I don't know, man. It's just it's a bad
look for Nebraska if you bounce on two conferences like that in these type of scenarios. Obviously, when you left the Big 12, it was just some janky.
I can't remember what happened with. I don't even remember why.
So they were committed to the Big 12, and then when a spot opened up with the Big 10.
Well, they've been in the Big 12. Though.
Yeah. But when the spot opened up, they were like,
because Big 10 was moving to 12.
Yeah, they just bounced. Middle of the night type situation, no heads up.
Because Big 12 was down then. There were. I think they left.
You still had Oklahoma. You still had Texas. They were still.
Yeah, but they ended up moving down to like 10 teams, right? I don't know where they're at right now, but man, they were in a down spot where the ACC was loading up and the Big 10 was trying to load up.
Yeah.
They were bringing in Maryland. They brought in, like you said, Nebraska. I think they bumped up to 12, and then ACC was loading up, stealing all the Big East teams. And then they ended up getting West Virginia. Is TCU in there?
TCU, I think they're still they're Big 12 right now.
That's what I mean. They're in the Big 12, so they were able to get some schools and just kind of get back. But it worked
out for them.
It does seem like the Wild West in terms of teams. Well, they're under a contract. They're under a contract for like how many years or whatever. But at the same time, like this, this is just a weird scenario, man. If they don't agree with what the commissioners are doing. You're not going back to the Big Ten. That's it. It's like, do you want to, like you said, do you want to make this decision now and then you move? That's the thing, and then one of the other conferences cancel?
You're right. Yeah,
it's timing's everything.
Well, and you got to ask yourself too. Now, Notre Dame has done the independent route for a while. Is Nebraska's brand big enough to do the independent route the same way? Definitely. Because the biggest thing was
BYU does it, so they're bigger than BYU. BYU's got its own thing.
That's the thing
for sure. But I think Nebraska got its own thing too. Like they're one of those. Those three schools would make. I don't know if Notre Dame's going back to independent after this year.
I'm not sure, but Notre Dame,
Notre Dame, Nebraska, BYU. Yeah, those are three schools I think can make it for sure.
We'll see, man.
Could Pitt do it?
Nebraska gonna try. It can't hurt.
No, Nebraska's bigger than Pitt though in terms of brand, easily.
All right,
we're down, man.
From a success standpoint of lately, they haven't been very successful.
No, I know, but it's weird, man. That doesn't really matter. Some of these college football fans, it's like
man.
They're diehard for their brand, dude.
It's true.
Diehard. You respect it. You respect it, especially like down in the South with like the SEC and
absolutely
like Texas, dude. They're crazy.
Yeah. A lot of money involved in those programs, man.
Yeah, for sure.
But either way, man, I just think it's a bad look, man, when something doesn't go your way for the first time. Now all of a sudden you like, yo, I'm leaving. That's all I'm saying, man.
I don't know. I guess
It's not a good look. And then you try to say, oh, it's because the pandemic. I'm not buying it, bro.
I don't know about that, dude. I just think they want to play football. That's it, man. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's like a shot at. I don't think it's a shot at the commissioner or or the Big Ten as a whole. I just think we want to play football, so we want to find a way to play football. That's all.
So you're willing to say
I don't think it's anything personal
because we want to do our own thing. That is. When everybody else in the conference is in the same exact boat, it's not like they said, "Hey, we're playing. Everybody but Nebraska can play." They said as a whole, we're not doing it.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know if there's any rumors out there or not, or I can't even remember if I read anything or not. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's like 5 or 6 schools from each of these conferences that backed out that are going to try to find a way to play. I don't think it's a simply Nebraska thing. I think they were the first one to come out with it for sure.
I think we'll see, man. It's going to be interesting.
I think Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State. I think these guys are going to
Ohio State has already said they're already looking to play in the spring.
Okay, but I could see some of the other schools trying to figure out a way.
We'll find out, man.
No matter if it's Pac-12 or Big Ten.
Yeah, we'll find out, man. Either way, I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a good situation, regardless of if you got half the conferences playing, half the teams playing, and all that stuff, trying to just force a season to happen just for the sake of it happening. I don't know. That's just my perspective, though.
Understood.
But for some people that want to play that bad, I mean, good for them, man.
Understood. We got anything else in terms of like out there topics that are? I'm
trying to think.
I mean, there is something that I'm thinking.
Oh, go ahead.
We were talking about it off the mic. I don't know. I don't know if you want to talk about it though. That's the thing.
Oh, I mean, it is what it is, bro.
We don't have to talk about it.
It's up to you, man.
Nah, we don't have to.
You brought it up. You want to talk about it?
I don't
ahead,
actually.
Man.
No, I don't.
You got the smile on your face. Go ahead, bring it up, man.
I'm good, dude.
We already here now.
I got nothing to say.
We're here now, man. Talk about it.
Dude, no. We're good.
We're here. Just bring it. Go ahead, man.
I got nothing to say, man. It's cool.
You brought it up. What you want to say about it?
If you don't, I don't have anything to say about it. I thought it would just be a funny thing, like funny topic. Man. That's all. I don't have anything to say.
I'm not putting no fuel on none of that, man. I'm chilling.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm good either way. I'm good to talk about whatever you want to talk about.
You're
man.
funny,
That's
bro.
it, dude.
You are funny.
What do you mean? Do we want to jump into the top 10s here?
You want to talk about it?
I don't.
You sure?
I swear to God, I'm ready to roll. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. If you don't want to talk about it,
No, I was wondering because you brought it up. How you know? You did bring it up.
I know I brought it up, but I didn't know if it was a thing you wanted to talk about. That's all. Because I was thinking about topics. I don't know what else is going on out in sports these days. We got NBA coming up, but I mean, Dame Lillard's dropping 61 and shit. Like,
it's crazy.
I don't know.
But we're still waiting to see who's going to get that spot too, man.
I know. I looked last night. It starts on Saturday, the 8 seed playing.
Yeah.
And then the next game will be on Sunday. Playoffs officially start on Monday.
I like it.
So we're almost there, dude.
Yeah, because every matchup in the West is set except the Lakers matchup because they got to wait to see who they're going to get. So.
What's the bum matchup? It's that Jazz. Yeah, it's
Jazz and Nuggets. Yeah,
that's the
Jazz
bum
Nuggets.
matchup.
That Rockets one, I forgot. Rockets OKC might be interesting, and it's a little reunion. I like you got Westbrook versus old squad, CP3 versus his squad. They're just trading them all in the same year. I think it's gonna be dope, man.
That is true.
It's gonna be crazy, yeah.
Yeah, there is like a back and forth there.
And you know Chris Paul don't take no smack, and you know Russell Westbrook don't take no smack. So it's gonna be just the perfect storm. I can just see it right now, man.
I think Rockets got it in the bag.
I think they will win, but I think it's gonna be very exciting, man.
I do too.
And then you got was it Mavericks and
Clippers.
And the Clippers, yeah.
The Clippers are playing bad too, man. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Man, they gonna turn the switch on, bro.
That's what I mean.
It's playoff time.
You just have that faith in Kawhi.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, man. I think he's just on a mission, man, to go down as one of the greats.
I hope so, man.
We don't know about it though. But that's why.
That's why.
He just keeps that to himself. He's like, so many people are out there talking about like, yo, I'm one of the greats. I'm one of the best. And just talking smack in general. Dude, he's just level-headed. He's focused on the goal.
That's what it is.
Low expectations.
Whoa, what?
I do. I don't think there's any expectations for him to win. All the expectations are on LeBron.
The Clippers had expectations as soon as he signed there and Paul George came. Cut it out, man. Don't get to the playoffs now and talk about there's no expectation for the
Compared
Clippers.
to LeBron, though?
Yes.
I don't even think it's close.
Yes, it's still people that got the Clippers as the favorite because they say the Clippers got the better team. They got the more deep team. They just say the Lakers because they have LeBron.
I think Kawhi's playing with house money for his career, though.
Well, look,
that's what I mean. But this is the thing,
Kawhi's expectations as a whole and his trajectory as a whole will never be to the same level of LeBron. It just is what it is.
No, right, but Dude, if he can go on a crazy, like, 5 or 6 year stretch here.
Yeah, that's asking a lot.
It is asking a lot, but I'm just saying, I think he's playing with house money. I don't know where people are ranking him right now. Is he in the top 25 of all time, top 20 of all time?
It's
like, dude, who would have thought of that 3-4 years ago? There's no way for him to get 2 Finals MVPs, 2 Finals championship. Like that's wild, dude. And how he did it in Toronto now.
But you also got to remember how everything worked out in Toronto as well.
What do you mean?
The team that he ended up going against.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
I
so a lot that goes into that.
I lost the bet off some of this fluky stuff.
I know, but that plays into it. Trust me. So that's the only issue with that. It's like, oh yeah, he did it in Toronto. And it's like easy. All right, easy.
No one was beating that Warriors team though. That's the problem. That's why I don't enjoy when people knock LeBron for losing to the Warriors those couple years. Dude, that team is just ridiculous. Yeah. It's just ridiculous. Dude. I don't think Jordan's Bulls are beating that team. I don't know. I don't know
anybody's beating that team, man. That team was filthy, bro.
I know. I don't know.
Over a 7-game, like if you're talking just a 1-game NCAA tournament style, okay, anything can happen, right? You get hot, they get cold, boom. But in a 7-game series, when fully healthy, there was nobody ever touching that team, bro. Like they just between the shooters, the superstar dynamic of just, he could create on his own. Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah, agreed. Anything else with the NBA? Or any thoughts?
Oh, no, I did have a question for you, though. Okay. Giannis with the headbutt, man. They talking about his depression getting to him, man.
I didn't even see it, dude, to be honest with you. I just saw the headlines. I didn't even watch it, but I saw he got suspended.
He did. Just one game, though, so he ain't gonna be that crazy.
We were talking about this, though, man. He doesn't have any help. He just doesn't. I don't think the Bucks are that type of squad. I really don't.
Who do you think's coming out the East then?
I don't know. I mean, I might bet money on the Bucks just because I like Giannis. But man, could the Raptors do it? Could the Celtics do it? I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm not lying. I'm liking Toronto, man. It's weird to me. I don't know.
They played them good last year. They know how to play them. I was. Dude, this was late, like a week or two ago. I was randomly watching like these NBA breakdowns on YouTube. Like these were in depth, like kind of like your film session. And I watched like a 20-minute vid on how the Raptors played Giannis last year. And they put up like a Giannis wall every time. It was like a Jordan Rules type of situation. He was breaking all this down. I was like, damn, dude. Like if they could just do that formula again, I know they don't have Kawhi, but I mean Siakam has definitely taken a step up. Like I think all their players have taken a step up.
They have, yeah.
If they got the formula, they don't have the flash. They really don't.
No, they're just a really good team, man.
I really wouldn't be surprised. Sixers he's out?
Yeah, Simmons had to get surgery.
Yeah. I mean they're done.
He said they're done.
They might have been done with him, but I think it's just Toronto, Celtics, or the Bucks. That's really it. I think each of them offers something different. Celtics got a little bit more firepower just across their whole team.
Yes.
And then Bucks have the superstar in Giannis. But then Toronto has just like that complete team game, that complete team defense. They all offer something.
I'm trying to think who else could even be in consideration in the East.
No one. Nets, if they did have KD and Kyrie.
Stop it, man.
I told you.
Shout out though to Durant though. He got a cool extra $1 million just for them making the playoffs this year, man. I was like, all right, I like this.
What did he say? He said something recently. It was kind of funny. I can't remember
Who?
It was some type of NBA beef. I don't know. I can't remember what he said.
Who, Durant?
Yeah, he said something. Unless it was just a fake quote. That could be true too.
No. Kuzma, he's talking about Jesus could have been in front of me.
Oh, yeah,
and I still would have shot it. He said, I got Jesus getting to stop.
I definitely do too.
Yes. Kuzma hit one game with it.
This is what I'm talking about with Kawhi, man. Kawhi, he has the success, but he's not talking about it. Kuzma hits one game-winning shot in the bubble in a meaningless game.
Yeah, but Kuzma's on the trade block. What are we talking about? You can't compare Kuzma talking to Kawhi. Kuzma is on the trade block every day, man.
I'm saying Kuzma should take notes from Kawhi. That's
why? They're two different, totally different people, man.
And Kawhi's got the ships and he's got the Finals MVPs.
Good for him, man. Congratulations. No one cares.
I'm just telling Kuzma, man. It's KD. I think KD's right.
KD talks. KD talks a lot.
Yeah, but he can back it up.
Okay,
I mean, he's that guy. Kuzma's the third option on the Lakers.
Yeah, but he has a lot of upside though. He has a lot of upside though.
He does, but dude, it's getting.
And he's still young.
I don't know how much of it is LeBron coming in because that can happen with teams. LeBron comes in. There's a lot to take in. If you're like the third or fourth guy, you're not gonna maybe be reaching your potential as you would.
You become Kevin Love. You become Chris Bosh.
It's different. It's definitely different. But like it's unfortunate. I don't know if you want to say unfortunate for him because now he's on a championship contending team. But you know, if he was on the Suns, if he was on some like random team, maybe he'd be able to get his 25 a night. Or you're seeing it with Brandon Ingram. That's kind of what I'm saying.
Like I said, you'd be Kevin Love, you'd be Chris Bosh. You would dominate your team, but you would never really be in the mix for a championship. And we saw that with Kevin Love when he was doing the 20 and 20 a night in Minnesota. We saw with Chris Bosh when he was doing the car salesman ad trying to get into the All-Star game. Like, yeah, we know this, man. But when you put them with legit caliber teams and those caliber players like LeBron, their role is going to diminish a little bit, but they're critical to winning championships, as we saw with both of those players in particular. So with Kuzma, man, like, you know, he just has to deal with it right now. You win you a ring, go get you some money somewhere, hit the market if you want to, or you can take less and stay. But that's going to be his vibe. He knows that.
Yeah. We'll see.
There's nothing wrong with it. It works.
I just like how Kawhi does it. I just really do.
Yeah, I'm telling Kawhi too. He's an introvert. It's cool. Nothing wrong with it, man. Everybody's different.
I like Kawhi, man. I definitely like Kawhi, but we'll see what happens with these Lakers. That's all.
Give me Golden State Kevin Durant against that quiet Kawhi, and I like it a lot.
What do you mean? You like Durant?
Absolutely.
I'm not opposed to that, but Durant's not healthy right now. That's the problem. But yeah, looking back, I agree.
Yeah.
I think I would have had Kawhi as like third or fourth in the league at that point.
Yeah,
definitely had LeBron 1, Durant 2. I think we did those rankings. We can maybe look back on the tapes.
I don't know where we had Kawhi at. Was he? I think he was top.
This was
5,
before
maybe?
The finals.
Yeah,
we definitely had him in the top 5, but I definitely had Durant too. I agree with you on that. Durant was, I mean, these last 2 or 3 years, he was awesome.
Oh yeah, no question.
But in terms of team success, geez, dude, like for real.
Oh man,
he was on like the best team of all time.
It's like that, man.
And that's the thing. I'm not opposed to it. I don't diminish Durant's greatness because of it. Only whenever you're going to start comparing him to LeBron or Jordan,
Absolutely.
top 10 players. That's a knock. But no, he's easily top 15, I'd say.
Oh yeah, easily.
I think he will go down at least.
Well, but if he wins a ring in New York, in Brooklyn, that changes a lot because
top
then
10.
You have to put a lot more respect on his game.
Like I'd take him over Duncan for sure if he wins another ring.
Yeah,
for sure.
And especially if it's just him and Kyrie doing it. Like the super team thing that he was doing in Golden State, it's different. But you get you a ring in Brooklyn, that's crazy.
Coming off the Achilles and all that stuff.
That'd be crazy.
Too.
Crazy. I'm glad he set out, man. You know, didn't push it right now in this bubble, so he'll be completely healthy. Ooh.
Do I owe you money? No. It was if he was gonna play.
But
what did I say? He was gonna make the finals.
And I said that he's not gonna play. Period. He's relax it, man.
Bro, they would be in that top 3 or 4 mix if him and Kyrie were playing. Come on.
Or they would be set back going into next season because they both got hurt again. So
no way, dude. If they were to stay healthy, they'd be in that top 3 or 4 mix.
Or they'd be hurt and then setting back next year as well.
This is a whole what if game, but
it's not a what if, man. Durant knew this was the truth. Kyrie knew this was the truth, which is why they heard us. They listened to the podcast. They heard us and was like, "Yo, Moats, you absolutely right. Deke tripping. I'm not playing." And I was like, "You right?" Because as soon as we dropped the episode, that's when they went on and said what they said.
It was literally like a day or two.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. They listen. They tuned in. They know what we got going on here.
We appreciate them for tuning in.
They recognize. They got the finger on a post of the podcast, man.
Yeah, they must be Steeler fans or something.
Definitely.
I don't know. Actually, no, I don't think they are. Durant's from Washington.
Yeah,
so
he's the football team fan.
Yeah, I don't know where I don't even know if Kyrie watches football. I think he's more in the philosophy type of stuff.
But see, he might be a fan of you because he probably thinks just like you. Earth flat. Know this. I don't know about that.
No, see, here's the problem. I do like some of the stuff. Let me put it this way. I like Kyrie in terms of like he's out there and thinking. He thinks for himself. I do really appreciate that. I could definitely see how it weighs in a team setting, though.
Yes,
I could definitely see that. So it's like one of those things. Can you balance that out and understand that, man? Like there's something to a team element. I got to put my ego aside here.
Right.
Just like some of my stuff that I throw out there, I got to understand that it affects the team. If he could do that, he's gonna be straight. But I do appreciate like I don't agree with a lot of the stuff he says, but I do appreciate just he's out there, man. He's out
Definitely
there.
Definitely is. But I will say, man, shout out to Kyrie though. He did commit I forgot how many millions of dollars But he did a couple $1 million to the WNBA players that decided to sit out this bubble situation, either whether it was for health reasons or if they wanted to do more of the social justice stuff like that. Because with the WNBA,
He put his money where his mouth was.
Yeah, he definitely did, man. So I was like, that was dope. He was actually making sure they were going to be taken care of financially, because we saw even with the situation with Elena Deladon, how she has Lyme disease, but the WNBA were like, they're not going to give her a medical exemption for that if she were to sit out and stuff. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool by Kyrie, man. Shout out to him, man.
Nothing wrong with that.
Might need to go buy me some Kyries now, man. You know, I'm always looking for a reason to shop, and that's it right there.
Yeah. Wait, do you have any?
I don't think so. No. I was supposed to get some for our team shoes for my women's basketball team, and we ended up switching and doing something different. So I never ended up purchasing them.
Wait, what kicks did you get? Did you just get some
we got
like
the Jordans? Yeah, we did the Force.
Wait, you got Force for the squad?
No, dude, relax. No. We ended up, like I said, me and my daughter ended up doing that, and I did the uniforms, the Nike sets.
Yeah. Instead of shoes.
Right, yeah, because I was going to do the shoes initially. And then I said, well, shoot, they could wear the warm-ups all the time, and it's Nike, and it's dope.
Wait, did your daughter rock the Force?
Yeah, but
in game?
Yeah, she been wearing heat. What? Yes.
I don't know how that translates to on the court, though.
What? Yeah. So my literally any Jordan that was dropping. I mean, she's been doing this past 3 years now. When the Conquerors first came out, on the court the next day. Yeah, the Space Jams on the court the next day. Yeah, it's mandatory, man.
Well, I know players. You could see players in the league rocking that type of heat, but I always assume those are like custom. Like they have some secret technology in them too. Where the ones that are going out on retail, I don't know how good they are for on the court though.
Nah, they ball. Trust me, they all work.
All right, just curious. Man. Just curious. I thought you bought the whole squad for us.
No, so like I said, the thing was, I said there for the shoes in particular. Some of the young ladies, they already had basketball shoes they wanted to wear. Some of them they didn't. So that was kind of like, all right, well, we could do this to make them more uniform. But then I was like, I'm thinking about with KK. I'm like, man, she switches shoes every game. Like she got gray Force, she got black Force, she got white Force. All right, now she got 12s. Okay, now she got 11. She got all these other shoes that she's gonna wear. And I'm like, for me, I know I'm not about to just wear the same pair of shoes every game either. As y'all can see, we don't do that.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, what can I get them that would be dope? Stitched up, look professional, Nike, because it's got to be Nike.
I know it was fresh. You showed it to me. Really
so that was the vibe, man. So that's why we went with that, man. Instead, yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, man. So
looking out for the team, man. You're a good leader.
Come on, man. You gotta look the part. I don't care what you play like. You better look good.
Yeah. No, I feel you. All right, we want to get in these.
So you let 10. Me know, man. We got us over here talk about my women's basketball team. Shout out to them, by the way. I missed them, man. I ain't gonna lie. I missed them.
What?
I miss my team,
coaching,
man, my lady. No, I ain't say coach. I said I miss my team. I miss my ladies.
Okay.
Yeah, like the relationships, not necessarily like coaching is cool. But I miss the squad, the bonding, man.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, it was always fun.
Are you doing it again this year?
We're gonna see what sports look like this year, man.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
A lot going on.
I was gonna say that kind of put you on the spot to make the announcement right here.
Sure, you never box me in, baby. Come on now.
It's up to you if you're ready to talk. I'm
ready.
ready to talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Are you sure?
Because
I feel like you got like another topic you just want to just. You sure? What about this?
Nope. I was good. I was good with the college football topic and then the top 10. That's all I was prepared for here.
Okay, you sure?
I swear, dude.
All right.
I swear. I was just checking in on you.
All right, I'm here for you, man. I see this is a safe space. We've seen you come up in here and use this as a therapeutic session.
What? I mean, definitely. I remember
during the season. Yes,
I remember at the end of last season. Yes,
it was rough.
I was ready after that Bills game, dude. I was down.
Yeah, I was ready to come in here with a Kleenex box, change that chair to like a nice little day bed, and just have you go and just get it off your chest a little bit, man. But I'm glad we're in a better space now. You know.
Yeah. No. I know. That could be the case again coming this season.
Hey, fingers crossed, man. We'll see.
Yeah. I get down when we lose, man. Especially if I have a lot of hype and expectations going into the game, and
don't you always though?
Players let me down, dude.
Don't you always have a lot of hype?
Not
every game you go into, you feel like we're going to win, man.
Not in the Rams game.
You're right. You're right.
That was the one game I picked against us. I was like, I'm just not getting a good vibe right now. I'm really not.
And you got blasted for that too. Gosh.
It's fine. Yeah, and I didn't pick against us the rest of the year, even though I probably should in the last game against the Ravens. I think we were all thinking like, how's this really gonna work out?
Yeah.
But
that was funny, man.
yeah, it was. I'm just trying to call it like I see it, man. It's like I don't want to be just picking the Steelers every time. Just
yeah,
because.
you do. Stop saying that, man. Yeah, you do. That's
listen,
what you do, though.
I probably will this year because I legitimately think every time we have Bennett at quarterback, we're going to win. But like last year, we didn't. So I was really trying to get a little objective with some of these picks. So that's why I picked against this first Rams. I just wasn't feeling it. I really wasn't.
And it's the thing, man.
I'm telling you, I'm picking a 16-0 game by game. I'm gonna say
I'm picking a 16-0 game by game.
Game by game, I'm gonna pick us every game. But in terms of before the season, I've already said 13-3, so I'm kind of locked in on that. You said 16-0.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be the opposite. You're probably gonna break down the game.
Like that.
Oh, you're gonna say win every time.
Did you notice though? A lot of times too. Well, I can't remember if I was doing it on this, but most of the time, like when I'm doing like my radio show with the Steelers, I never pick win or loss. I just give you my facts of what I think can happen.
This was the only spot you did win or loss.
Mm-hmm. I like I said, did I tell you last year? That was my first time ever picking who's gonna win, who's gonna lose, and stuff like that. Like I traditionally never do that. I just give you facts. Yeah, I give you facts to why I think a team could be successful.
You wanted to save your win-loss projection for this.
I guess so.
So people would tune in. I'm not getting the win-loss on the radio. I need to tune into the YouTube.
I've never been a win-loss dude though, man. It's like, I'm gonna tell you why I think
literally
they could win, or why I think this team could win, and I leave it at that, man.
Because legit, no one knows.
But either way, 16-0. Period.
Yeah.
Actually, it's gonna be so no preseason. Dang. All right.
You were saying what's that?
20-0, 19-0 because they have the bye week as well. So 19-0, man. Yeah.
Wait, they can't. What do you mean?
They're gonna be the 1 seed.
Are you saying through the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Oh, got you.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah,
man.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
And they're beating every team by 30.
Okay.
I'm calling it.
How many? So
all shutouts.
Shutouts too. Just an even 30-0.
Even 30
every time.
Shutouts. Yeah.
Wow. So we could keep the 30 average for the offense. Absolutely. Get that back going from a couple years ago.
And then Juju and James kind of score every game.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and then the rest you just figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That works for me. How many touchdowns for Ben? At least 40.
At least 40?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Sure.
Oh, I thought you were gonna.
I didn't know.
I thought you were on the train there.
I was like, all right, sure, we can roll with that.
You had to stop there.
Why not 50?
I'm good with 50.
Can it be record breaking?
Sure.
Yeah, 55 then.
It'd be 56.
All right, 57.
I think 55 is record tying.
Yeah, so 57 then. Bump it.
Then Peyton had the 55, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, was it 55?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
What Mahomes had? Did he have an even 50? And then Brady had an even 50. I think Manning's got 55. Marino with 48.
Bump it. Just make it 60.
Yeah, Manning had 49 with the Colts too. So there's some.
So Benny gets 60 touchdowns, 6,000 passing yards. We're good to go, man. 0 picks. I like it.
Crazy season.
No, this is normal. We're expecting this. It's only crazy if you don't expect it, man.
I told you 13-3. I do have high expectations for us this year. I definitely do.
16-0.
Well, speaking of that, do we want to get to these top 10?
Absolutely. Then? Let's do it, man.
We're talking football.
Let's do it, baby. Let's do it.
All right. I got my email pulled up. I got my notes.
All right. So you kick it off there, man.
10-1.
Yeah. Get right for us one time.
Okay.
Why do I feel it's not to be crazy?
It's not. It's
when you just said it like the okay. I'm about to hit with some crazy stuff here. All right, let's do it.
All right, ready?
All right, let's go.
Anthony Harris at 10. Buda Baker at 9.
Shout out to Buda.
Dude, I can't deny the stats, man. It's crazy. Yeah. Different type of safety.
And man, crazy effort with it, man.
Yeah. So Eddie Jackson at 8. Kevin Baird. Is that how you pronounce his
Byard.
name? Byard.
Yeah. Beast.
7.
I like it.
Simmons at 6.
Okay.
Harrison Smith at 5. I got your boy Derwin James at 4.
Okay.
Are you interested in what my top 3 is here?
We're going to find out.
Honey Badger at 3.
Okay.
2, Jamal Adams. And I got to have the GOAT at 1, Minkah Fitzpatrick. And I'm staying consistent. I've said it on the last couple episodes, and I'm sticking with it. Minkah at 1.
Okay, I like that. No, did I just lose my list? Oh, okay. I thought I had messed my list up for a second when I picked my computer up. All right.
What's your grade on that list?
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. It's cool.
I'm wondering if you still got the same guy at 1.
We're going to get to it. Yeah, so at 10 I got Minka. Excuse me, at 10 I got Micah Hyde for the Buffalo Bills, Pro Bowler. Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with that.
Number 9 I went with Eddie Jackson, even though he's coming off of a down year. I think that Bears defense as a whole was off of a down year.
That's what I was reading, dude. That's
bouncing back, bro. And especially with Robert Quinn coming out there too, him and Khalil, that should definitely boost the productivity and ultimately get Eddie back being a ball hawk that he is.
What I was reading is he was completely going off in 2018, obviously with the 6 picks and all that. But they like switched the defense around with Fangio coming in, and he was like he was in weird positions. He wasn't in the same positions as he was in 18, where he was doing a lot of run stopping stuff with Fangio, and it was just like you said, it was just a weird situation for him. But the talent and just who he is overall, like you got to have him in that top 10.
Yes, indeed. Now I was surprised you didn't have Earl Thomas, did you?
I did not.
Okay, all right. I did not. I was just making sure I heard that right.
He's on the downswing.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm not tripping. I just wanted to make sure I heard that correct. All right.
Wait, you got him in there?
I just wanted to make sure I heard that correct. That's all I'm saying, man. You got him at 7? So at 8, I went with Justin Simmons, and this was the one that I was kind of going back and forth on between him and Earl Thomas. More so Earl because of legacy and the name and things like that.
All right. I mean, I was thinking about putting him in that top 10. I definitely was, but I actually went against myself here.
That was the only reason.
I went for the future with Harris, Buda Baker there. Yeah,
that was the only reason why I didn't have him right there, because I think Justin Simmons obviously is a lot younger. He's coming into his own. I think his productivity is going to continue to shine.
This is the truth.
Yeah, he's nice, bro. He's
from everything
nice.
I'm reading. Like, it's just absurd. Like in his pass coverage, then he also had the 93 tackles.
Like super versatile, can play, can do it all, man. Like you talk about that next wave of do it all safeties. Justin Simmons and Eddie Jackson, they're in that same way when you're talking about your Minkas, your Derwin James, your Jamal Adams. They're all in that vein together, which is dope because I think for guys like me who love just defense, man, seeing the new wave of guys, it's like this is going to be our new wave of your Ed Reeds, your Palomalus, your Brian Dawkins, your your John Lynch's and stuff like that. Like this is that type of situation. So that's why for me, I'm like, these are the guys I love watching them way more than anybody on offense. Like I wanted to see what they were doing. So for me, man, seeing some of these guys, that's giving me that type of feel. So at 8, I got Justin Simmons. At 7, I went with Buda Baker. Like you said, the productivity is there. Obviously, I got a chance to be with him on AZ, one of the hardest working cats out there. I feel like this dude never gets tired, first off. We saw the play when we were breaking down the Deontay Johnson film.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Deontay's on one side. He reverse field, cuts back, should have scored. Buda literally is on the front side of the tackle, falls out of that, books it across the field to catch Deontay on the 3-yard line. Yeah. It was just an insane play. I'll never forget it, man. But that's always on his tape consistently. Just ball hawk, doesn't matter. He's gonna find a way to get out there, and he's tiny too. We think about like Mike Hilton. He's like in his like body style, but leaner. Not even as like built as a Mike Hilton. Just to give you context. But the dude he's a flat out baller, man.
147 tackles for safety. Bro. Like that's absurd.
Dude,
that's
an undersized safety at that. Like he's not big at all, bro.
How good is he in coverage then? I'm assuming
he's good in coverage, but the thing is,
that might be his limitation though, a little bit. I'm assuming.
So this is the thing. He's really good in coverage, but he has to match up with the dog. So like people will talk about George Kittle getting him right. But the thing was
it's a tough matchup.
Well, this is the thing in that game that everybody talks about, because it was a play where Kittle, he's in coverage on Kittle. Kittle catches it, stiff arms him, and he ends up scoring. Earlier that game though, he had a play where he gets off on Kittle and things like that. So because he's small, he has to be a lot more clever and smart and things like that. And it works the majority of the time, but that one play in particular, it was like, all right, when you got George Kittle against Little Buda Baker, this is what it's going to look like. But the majority of the time, though, he was actually holding his own, man. So from a cover standpoint, he's really good in that regard, too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he draws the tough matches. Like, he's going to get any of those hybrid, freaky tight ends that are kind of just big body wide receivers. Yeah, he's drawing that matchup.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
But he still balls
But
out.
he thrives in it, though, man. He thrives. So, yeah, I have him at 7. At 6, I had to go Kevin Byard, man. Big fan of his since he's been in Tennessee, man. He's been a beast, man. Ball hawk, gets his hands on the football, creates turnovers. You got to love that.
17 picks over 3 seasons. That's absurd.
Insane.
Yeah.
That's him, though.
Even
he's a ball hawk.
I think this was last year, 5 picks, 9 pass defense, 84 tackles. So, yeah, dude, all these, like, you could look at the stats at all these safeties.
You know that team he's on.
Yeah, I know what team. That's cool. He's in my top 10. I don't got anything against
They got a nice little team down there, man.
Yes, are these Titans popping up in my top 10?
They got a nice little team on there, man.
Tannehill's not my top 10.
They got a nice little team on there. That's all I'm saying, man.
What do they got? They got him, Derrick Henry,
AJ Brown,
obviously Luwan.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that dude on defense? I was talking highly about the defensive tackle.
Was it Simmons?
Yeah, it's Simmons, coming in. So
I say Simmons along with Adoree Jackson's the corner. Who did they? Oh, Vic Beasley. That's what I'm thinking. I was like, somebody's in the headlines down there with them. Yeah.
It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Lacking leadership at quarterback.
Lacking leadership.
That was harsh. That was harsh. That was harsh. Lacking quarterback ability. How about that?
Okay. He did play in the AFC Championship game this year. That's all I'm saying, man.
Is lacking leadership. That was harsh.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how you get leadership from what he did. Like, does talent equate leadership? I think we've seen numerous times where that's not the case, man.
I just think it factor and clutch equals leadership. So I'm not going to completely go there.
Yeah.
I just don't think the quarterback play is going to be there for the Titans this year. And I've been on record saying this many times. Leadership was a little too far. I'm sure Tannehill's a nice guy. I'm sure he's good in the locker room. That was harsh.
You are funny, man.
I just don't like his quarterback play. That's all.
You are funny. At 5, I went with the Honey Badger, man, Tyra Matthew. Couldn't have him any lower than that. Crazy productive. And he was really the key catalyst to that Kansas City Chiefs defense, man. Him showing up that secondary that has been getting abused for a while now. I mean, he kind of changed the whole face of that with what he's able to do, not only in the pass game, but in the run game. He could blitz. He checks every box you want from a safety standpoint, and he brings energy. I love his
coincidence he was on the Texans, not on the Texans anymore, and
hey, man,
wins the Super Bowl with the Chiefs.
I like it.
What we're saying is is the Texans the
Texans, man,
in demolition mode? They're on a bad path.
The problem with the Texans is they've had talented players come through there. They just can't put it all together while they're there. They have to go elsewhere, and then from there, somebody else is able to, help make it better.
Though that's going to be interesting to me because Deshaun Watson not having Hopkins this year. Now they obviously bring in Cooks, but it's a weird scenario.
It is
weak
man.
Division though. We'll say that
they got a chance. Trust me, they got a chance, man. So at 4, we both had Derwin James here. The only reason he's not higher is because he's coming off of an injury, man. That I think he had like something that's like metatarsal in his foot or something like that.
Wait, so you said he was your top safety though?
No, he is if he's healthy. Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. In terms of a top 10 ranking,
that's
though, you
what
got to bump him down
here. I said because of last year, and that's why like when we talked about receivers and you had AB, and I was like, well, AB didn't even play last year.
Dude, wait, did you see some of the comments on that?
I did, yeah.
They were saying like he should be top 3. I was like, I kind of feel you on that.
Hey, man, everybody got their,
I felt bad for letting those people down.
Everybody got their opinion, man. So I just leave it at that. But that's the only reason why Derwin is at 4, man. If he's healthy, if he's playing a full season, he's at 1. Because I mean, the year that he had his first year is insane. And the only thing, like I said, last year he missed all but 5 games, and then by the time he came back, we already knew what the season looked like for the Chargers. It was just a bad situation for him altogether.
Yeah, they were saying he might have even been a little dinged up when he was playing too. So, dude, his rookie year though, you're right, 105 tackles. He had the sacks too, 3.5 sacks, 13 pass defense.
When Derwin James is healthy, he is the best safety in the NFL. It's not a debate. I understand.
He's your guy. He's your guy.
We could talk Minka, we could talk Jamal, we could talk Harrison, we could talk anybody you want to talk. Derwin James, when healthy, is the number 1 safety. I don't have to be a believer. The proof is in the tape, man.
Well, that's why I got him high, man. I'm taking your word for it.
You cut the tape on, man. It does not lie to you.
That's why I got him high. So let's see this year, like you said, if he can bounce back and have a similar rookie type of season, I'm not going to have an argument bumping him up. And let's see what Minka, because I got Minka as my main guy right now. Let's see what he does and the way he's talking.
Yeah.
It's going to be big things.
Yeah, man. So that's the only reason, like I said, why I got Derwin at 4. At 3, this is why I have Minka Fitzpatrick, man. I think, man, I had a debate, honestly, between my top 3, and I feel like it was kind of like with the running backs.
Yeah.
It's going to be similar, but you just kind of put him whatever order you want to put him in. With Minka, though, I mean, he checked every box in terms of the productivity. We saw as soon as he got in Pittsburgh his immediate impact. Not only from a tackling standpoint, but the interceptions, the turnovers into touchdowns, everything you want, he did. The only reason why I have him at 3 and not higher is because towards the end of the year, granted, teams were shying away from him, but overall the productivity did take a drastic drop. And that was the only reason why. But I think going into this season, man, everybody healthy, he still is going to have a chance to be right in that conversation in terms of being one of these top guys, in terms of top 1 or 2 type situation. He's on that type of trajectory. We already know from a productivity standpoint, he does all that. I just want to see it throughout the whole season and not allow teams to just say, all right, I'm going to shy away. I'm not going to go your way. I feel like the elite ones, they find a way to make it happen. You think teams are still throwing at Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu? Heck no. But they found a way to get that ball. So that's the only thing right there with Minka. At 2, I want Harrison Smith. I mean, this dude right here, you talk consistency, you talk productivity,
Yep.
checks every single box. He's doing it for your boys too, man, up in Minnesota, huh?
My boys up there too.
Kirk Cousins.
I'm not a fan of Cousins either. I'm really not.
Hey, but they got a squad though, man. They got guys. They have guys, bro.
They do, but like I said, with the Titans, their QB's gonna let them down,
right.
and has let them down in the past. Although he
didn't let him. He didn't let him down.
He surprised me in that Saints game.
He went on the road and did it. Overtime call, game, walk off.
That was an outlier. We saw it.
No, it was not an outlier.
We saw what happened the next game.
What happened the next game?
They
lost to a team that went to the Super Bowl.
They got smoked though.
They lost to a team that was one drop pass away from winning the Super Bowl.
They got smoked.
They had a 10-point lead with 4 minutes left in the Super Bowl. What are we talking about here?
They got smoked.
How we gonna hold that against them? What?
Show up.
They did.
Do something.
They did.
We played them better than the Vikings.
That's debatable.
It's
man.
definitely debatable.
That's debatable. What?
A lot of
come on, man.
I know they had a lot of turnovers.
It was 5 turnovers in one half or something. It was what, 5.
Three of them were giveaway. Like,
it was crazy
giveaways.
Yeah, it was bad, man.
It was bad. It was early Christmas presents. I mean, we actually should have won that game.
We should have.
If Connor didn't fumble. Yeah.
But I don't even want to say if Connor doesn't fumble. If we just capitalize on one of those turnovers, think about that, right? 5 turnovers. I think we only had a field goal come out of all of them, if that.
The 2 reasons we scored the touchdown, it was the Juju cross against the middle, and he just took it to the house.
Yeah, where the
and then the
DB missed the tackle.
The backup cornerback came in, and we attacked him right off the bat. Those were only our 2 touchdowns.
That was the Deontay Johnson one. Yeah.
That was it. And you're right. I don't know if we.
I think we might have got a field goal.
I can't
one
remember.
of them turnovers at best. Yeah. It was bad, man. It was terrible.
I know. And some of those turnovers were actually in our zone. Like they were
about to score. Yeah. Well, you think they had the one on like the 5?
I think as soon as we walked into the stadium, there was a turnover.
So that was the TJ Watt one on the little screen where the guy's like bobbling the pass and TJ just takes it. Then they have the one where they're on like the 5, I think it is, and they fumble with the snap. Yeah, they had like multiple ones where they're about to score a touchdown. And it was just some type of just nonsense.
Minka had the 2. Minka had the pick, and then Minka had the forced fumble.
I thought who did he force? Yeah, he forced the fumble. I don't know who recovered it.
I think those were the only 2 that were actually, all right, we did this.
Yeah, we called it.
But other than that, I think everything else was them giving us the ball.
It was so bad. Yeah, it was bad.
The Minka effect, though, dude, that was
his
wild.
first game, and we was like, whoa, hey, we like that, man.
Made some hot takes in the parking lot.
We did. We definitely did.
But they came true. I mean, we didn't get the win, but like
everything else was coming true.
If you look at the video, I mean, the one dude, he's like, "What are we expecting from Minka, dude? He's going off. He's getting picked.
He's getting turnovers." It was like, "Dang, all right, he just got here," and he showed up, did it, man.
That was so much fun, dude.
Dang, man, I'm gonna miss that, man. We need that, man.
I know.
We should have wore masks. Daggone it, man. It's neither here nor there, though. And then at number 1, man, I went with Jamal Adams right here. I just think we know he's in the conversation when everybody is healthy. He's in that conversation. He's in that mix. The season that he's coming off of. I also think, man, him going out to Seattle is going to be a great situation for him. We know what Pete Carroll does, and we know how that secondary plays in particular out there. But yeah, with Jamal Adams, man, I just think with his game right now, he was the most consistent of those top 4, top 5 guys between health, between availability, between productivity throughout the year as well. And I mean, let's be real. He was in a very, very bad situation in New York. It's not like you can give him the benefit of the doubt and say, well, at least he was on a winning team. He was a product of that. People can make that case sometimes with Tyra Matthew. Like, well, hey, man, when you're playing with the Chiefs, you know, you got a lot more luxury to do this and do that. You know, your team was going to be playing in the league.
Their defense ain't that good, though.
I know. I'm just...
Wait, who's saying that?
People have said that, man.
Really? With Matthew?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I feel like he was a big reason for their defense, actually stepping up a little bit.
But people will say Chris Jones as well, though, man. Along with Frank Clark.
I think that their stats, though, weren't that good last year for deep. Like they were like a middle-of-the-road defense.
But this is what I'm saying, though. When you're playing on a crazy good team, a lot of times...
With Mahomes.
That's a crazy good team. So even if your productivity and your stats aren't like that, you're going to be viewed better because of the team that you're playing on. That's what I'm saying.
His stats backed him up though last year.
To an extent, yes.
Dude, he had a good year last
You do
year.
not like to listen. You just like to talk.
No, I'm a good listener. His stats: 12 pass defense, 4 picks, 2 sacks, 75 tackles, made an All-Pro. Dude, he backed it up.
You got it, bro.
No, wait.
You got it,
wait.
man.
Hold on. You're saying, are you comparing Jamal Adams to Matthew? Is that what you're saying?
You're good, bro. Don't worry about it.
In terms of like Adams didn't get the love because he was on the Jets. Am I missing something here?
You are, but it's cool, bro.
No, explain it.
It's cool. When you're playing on a really good team.
Yes.
Regardless of if your stats are out of this world or if they're just good, because of the team you're playing on being so successful, you're going to get pumped up even more. Whereas with Jamal Adams, even with Minka, right? If Minka was playing on a Super Bowl contending team last year, it would be even bigger. But because he was on a team that went 8-8, because Jamal Adams was on a team with the Jets that was terrible, sometimes they're not viewed as big as they should have been. Earl Thomas, for example, he was in Seattle, right? He was out of this world, but because of the team being successful as well, it made him even mega. That's what I'm saying, man.
We know how it is, man.
Yeah, so that's all I'm saying, man. With Tyra Matthew versus Jamal Adams, I
think we have Matthew higher than a lot of people, though.
Yeah,
you got him at 5, right?
Yes.
I got him at 4. No, I got him at 3.
Yeah, you got him at 3. Yeah,
I think a lot of people got him in that bottom top 10. So yeah, that wasn't necessarily a knock on Matthew. I think you were just more or less bringing up why Jamal Adams should be pumped up a little bit more.
Absolutely.
But Matthew, like I was telling you, Matthew balled out a little bit in his own right.
But like you said, man, you want to listen to that. It's all good, man.
What do you mean? I was listening to it. I definitely was.
No, man, you was quick to be like, "No, man, Matthews makes sense." No, I'm like, I'm not saying Matthews ain't have dope numbers. You're not hearing me, man.
I don't know. What other safety on here, like on a really good team? I mean, you got Harrison Smith, definitely with the reputation.
Budda Baker, if he's on any contending team, he's talked about in a totally different vein.
You think?
Absolutely, not even close.
Why is that?
Because the Cardinals don't get love like that. No, I'm just saying, Budda Baker's productivity, bro. He is a beast. If he's playing on a team that has that type of notoriety, that's getting that type of fanfare, that's getting the primetime games and all that other stuff, it changes everyone's perspective. The Cardinals, even with Kyler Murray coming there last year, they still weren't being viewed like that. We talked about even with Chandler Jones, for example, right? Chandler Jones, we said if he's playing on any other team and he's having a season like he's having, man, he's talked about in a totally different vein, a totally different regard. And he's been doing that while he's been in Arizona. Every year he's been out there, he's put out crazy numbers. But because of that market, because of the team just not having that type of expectation, he's never going to get that type of notoriety. Whereas with Tyra
we were showing him love.
We were because we make sure that type of stuff is out there. But even with a guy like Tyra Matthews, I'm like, man, even when he was at Houston, for example, I still don't feel like he was in that same where he's at right now, coming off of a Super Bowl.
And you don't think his play changed much? Is that what you're saying?
I personally don't. No, I don't. But I think the team changed a lot. And I'm telling you, that's how it goes, man.
Yeah, we know how it goes,
would you have had Minka in your top 5 based off of what he did in Miami his first year? He still balled out. He still was a Pro Bowler.
Not like last year, though.
He still was a Pro Bowler, was he not? He still was.
He didn't make the Pro Bowl.
He did not make the Pro Bowl. But he was still, his numbers were up there.
He had a good rookie year, yeah. Dude, I wouldn't, just because he didn't play as good. But yeah, dude, Steelers definitely helped. Like you were talking about with Chandler Jones, I'm sure if he was on the Steelers, he might actually won Defensive Player of the Year last year. I definitely think so. If he was on, bigger market team, Packers, I don't know how big of a market Packers is. Yeah. Obviously, they have a great fan base, but like Cowboys, I'm just trying to think of other Saints, I guess. But yeah, there's definitely something to that. There's no arguing. I think there's always the narrative out there that people hate the Steelers. We're seeing it with the Madden ratings for sure, but I think at the same time, Steelers brand definitely does help some players.
It does a lot, absolutely.
I definitely think that there is. I will agree. There is a weird other side to it. I don't know if it's like Steeler hate or just people not knowing what they're doing. But dude, because the Madden ratings, it is one of those things that makes you question, like why are all of our top guys down like that? I don't really get it.
No, I definitely agree with you in that department. Like, it is a weird dynamic. There is Steeler hate.
Whenever there's Steeler love, there's a lot of Steeler love.
Yes,
like a lot. But
it is a strong.
But there's sometimes faction. We're doing really good and we're just flying under the radar in terms of national TV recognition, which I'm not really opposed against. I think maybe I did back in the day whenever I was in high school and just really soaking in the ESPN and all that type of stuff on a daily basis. Now I'm like, honestly, probably no TV recognition is actually a good thing, just because we're flying under the radar and just doing our thing. Unless it has to do with people winning awards, then that's when I'm not going to be happy about it.
Now you want the attention. I want to be under the radar now. I can dig it. So I don't even think we had any major discrepancies.
You just have Thomas on, where I was thinking about putting him on.
I had Thomas?
Earl Thomas.
I didn't have Earl Thomas on.
I thought you said you had him at 8.
No, I said I debated putting him at 8 against Justin Simmons, and then after that, I just left him off the list.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't make the list.
I thought he made the list.
Nah. Yeah, so my top 10, I had Micah Hyde at 10, Eddie Jackson at 9, Justin Simmons at 8, Buda Baker at 7, Kevin Byard at 6, Tyra Matthew at 5, Derwin James at 4, Minka at 3, Harrison Smith at 2, and Jamal Adams at 1.
Yeah, we have the same safeties basically, except I have Anthony Harris instead of Hyde.
Micah Hyde, yeah.
And that's kind of whatever. I could see the argument against Harris playing with Harrison Smith, whatever, but then also the stats speak for themselves. He's got like great coverage grades and all that, 6 picks, so that's why I got him in there, but I could see the other side where, he's playing with another great safety, and it goes back to what we were talking about with the cornerbacks, like, did they cancel each other out a little bit? I guess.
Like, other than that, we're pretty much identical, and even our spots are only like 1 or 2 different.
Like, we got the tiers, we got the I think the same guys in the top 5, and the same guys in the bottom 5. It's just, I got Minka at 1, Jamal Adams 2, Matthew 3, Derwin James 4, Harrison Smith 5, so... Yeah. That's about it, dude. I mean, I got Minka there just because of like the game-changing plays and all that type of stuff that he made. Like none of these other safeties, none of them had the opportunity, but for him to come from Miami like that
was crazy, man.
Dude, like right off the bat, like that's absurd. Like, it completely changed the defense. We let up over 30 points in the Patriots game. Defense looked bad in the Seattle game. I know I don't know what it was. The Seattle game was, I think, a little similar to the San Fran game. We had like a turnover or 2.
Yeah, it was like Tua was balling out crazy that game too.
It was, I think, the one that Devin Bush got, like that was gifted to us somehow. I think too.
Well, no. So
I can't remember.
So remember with that game now, early in the game, I thought the tight end Devin Bush had got beat in that game early, and then the second one where he got the pick, it was like the tight end had it, and he like fell over top of him and took it from him and rolled off of him. I remember because it was
is that the Ravens game? Is that what you're talking about?
No, you're right. That is the Ravens game. No. So he
had a fumble recovery. And he returned it almost to the house. It was like down at the 1 yard line. Who forced it? I don't know. That's what I mean. It was. Yeah. I didn't feel like our defense played that well. I thought we were getting lucky.
Was it Mark Barron that forced it, or was it Mark? No. Or did Devin? Because I'm trying to think.
He recovered it?
Yeah, Devin definitely recovered. I remember he cut across the field and we thought he was going to score. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. But, just in general, I didn't think our defense played well at all in those first 2 weeks. I remember us lamenting, but, we weren't too thrilled about it. He came, dude, it completely changed the game. It's, not a coincidence. Yeah. So that's why, I mean, they were talking about the whole Minka effect and that type of stuff.
That's right, because, dang, that Seattle game, remember the 3rd and 15? Was that Russell Wilson, where he scrambles?
Oh, yeah, we had the win. We kind of had it.
He scrambles, gets the first down. Then
it was 3rd and long. I definitely remember that. We had him on the ropes.
Yes, indeed.
We definitely had him.
And I just remember the DK Metcalf touchdown. Yeah, that's the one I remember. Oh, that hurt. Oh man,
dude, it was a weird.
We were in attendance. I was the home opener.
We were there.
Had the fam and everything.
Ben went down, and that's when we hung out a little bit afterwards, and everyone was talking about it. What's going to happen with the team? And hey,
you was over there on the side talking about, man, it's just like Oakland. He ain't really hurt. He gonna come back for us.
Wait, you think I was saying that?
You did say that. I remember you saying that.
I don't know if I said that.
You definitely said that. You said it's like Oakland. He's tough. He's coming right back. That's what you told us.
I might have said that. I can't remember.
Now I don't know how about you were at the moment, but you definitely said that, bro.
I didn't have too much, but I remember afterwards. Definitely we were talking, about quarterback stuff, and I was down, dude. I was.
It was rough.
You were joking though. You didn't think it was real. You thought.
I definitely did.
Oh man, I can't even remember. I think you were making fun of a quarterback controversy. You're like, is Mason gonna do it? I think Mason can lead us, because you didn't think Ben was actually gonna be out, so you were just laughing about it.
Well, because remember, and then, I thought Mason did something in the game.
He threw a touchdown, right? Yeah. He threw 2 touchdowns,
and that was why I was messing with you about it.
I know you
quarterback controversy, man.
I was like, nah, dude, nah.
Little did we know.
Yeah, and then the next day it happened. You're like, it's a little different story now that I know Ben's out. Now we gotta reanalyze this whole thing. I liked messing with Deke, but now we got some.
That hurt too much now to be joking like that. Can't do that no more. Lesson learned.
I was hurting, man. I was hurting. Yeah, I guess that's it.
We're good though, man. That
We
was
got
fun,
anything
man.
else? That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like the list though, man. That was dope. I see you, Deke. I see you, bro.
We're on point with these, dude.
Yeah.
We've been on point with these top 10s.
Yeah, man. I'm glad we got 2 defenses in here now, man. So
Are we back to offense?
I haven't decided. I'll flip a
Wait,
coin,
what can
man.
we even do now? We're done. We got running back. I guess we go tight end.
You got tight ends. You got quarterbacks.
Are we doing lines?
I mean, some people can. It's up to you. Then defensively, you got
So
inside
we gotta go-
outside linebackers.
We got to go just tight end then, and then we move back to defense if we're gonna save quarterbacks for the end.
Who said we saving quarterbacks for the end? Maybe we save pass rush for the end.
Okay, I'm good with that.
You know what I'm saying?
But I know there's a lot of hype for the quarterback.
It's a lot to rate though, man. You could rate, like I said, you could do just pass rushers, you could do edge rushers, because if you do pass rushers, now you're putting Cam Hayward, Cam Jordan out there with TJ Watt, Chandler Jones. Like, that's not gonna be fair.
We could do interior linemen.
Yeah, just interior
Rushers.
linemen, and then outside, like edge
and then
rushers.
inside linebacker.
Inside linebackers, yeah.
I think that makes sense. And then you got quarterbacks, tight ends, and then I guess if you want to do offensive
Man,
line,
I understand, man. Guys like Pouncey and DeCastro, nobody cares about them, right? You know, just
give them love.
pivotal players.
I'll give them some love.
No, it's cool, man. You could just say O-line.
what?
No, you can't just go.
Just the line's fine.
That's tough, though. It's going to be tough, but we could do it, though.
You want to do it? All right.
We don't have to. We'll figure it out, man.
I'm good with it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out either way.
I'm good with it. I'm definitely. If we want to talk O-line, I'm talking O-line. I'm gonna do my best too.
Hey, look, man, we're gonna figure it out, man. Don't throw it out here now, because then you pigeonhole yourself.
I know,
man.
exactly.
Yeah, just stay
O-line
tuned.
up in the air. You heard all the other position groups.
Just
we're gonna
stay
be talking
tuned, man.
about.
We got y'all.
Yeah.
We got y'all. But that was fun though, man. So it was clean.
Blast. Absolutely.
Yeah. So appreciate everybody as always, man. The subscribers, the listeners, the viewers, everybody just checking us out. Oh, like I said, shout out to who did we say earlier was checking us out? Oh, Kyrie and Durant,
Kevin Durant.
man. Yeah, shout out to them, man. You know, they be tuning in and everything. So until next time, baby.
Peace.